things like that. Um, I'll go on with a couple of books. I'll start with this book. I just got it a couple of months ago. Nat Turner, Black Prophet, speaking about who Nat Turner was. The ins, the outs. Not only just talking about him in the context of the uh, insurrection, but just who he was. Here's another interesting book, The Strange Career of Jim Crow North. Many people think that Jim Crow was only in the South. It was not. It was also in the North. This book talks about various places in the North, Philadelphia, Boston, a number of different places. So this is a good one um, to grab. I'm going to preface this by saying I think that of all of the heroes, all of the people in the history of this country, I think that Harriet Tubman is the greatest person in American history. There is nobody but maybe MLK is a close second. Harriet Tubman is the greatest American who ever lived. Period. Point blank. Period. We undercut her story. We undercut how great she was. She was a problem. She was, if you can think of the greatest person, you got to magnify that by 100. She was that great. Two really good books that I've kind of dived into. One I'm reading right now, Night Flyer. Um, received a number of awards last year, just came out. So this is a really good one, just talking about Harriet Tubman's desire to free her people, the faith that led her. Um, Janice talked about faith. I'm a person of faith. I'm sure many of you are. Harriet Tubman was driven by her faith. She believed that it was Jesus himself that showed her the way to go forward. This is a great book. One book that I have not gotten into that I'm going to get into, Combi, whether you realize it or not, Harriet Tubman, they talk about her being a spy for the Civil War for the Union side. Harriet Tubman fought in the Civil War. She led a all-black company in South Carolina, and she fought a battle and won that battle. This book is a thick book now, but it talks about that battle. I believe it's Combachi, right? And Harriet Tubman is this. I can't articulate how great a human, just a human being she is. The Combahee River Raid, she led that crazy. So Harriet Tubman. I got two more books for you. This was by a Howard professor as well. Human Shackles. This is a good book talking about the history of the um, Middle Passage and Africans um, arriving and traveling. I have just made a couple of notes in here. I did not really get into this. This is going to be a summer read for me. This is a excellent read for me. And then I would be remiss if I did not include my own book, Resistance Stories from Black History for Kids. Like I said, a bunch of stories in here. It is easy reading. It is not complex. But one thing that I will say is that, like many of these books, I have a ton of footnotes and all kinds of stuff for you to dig. What's important about Black history isn't just to read the books, like that's important, but the treasure, right? That's what the footnotes and the bibliographies are in a book. You can get the good brownie in the book, but it's that those footnotes and those bibliography citations where you can find more and more and more and more information. It's just like the footprints. When you found the person, but you want to track where they came from, look at the footprints. You want to track where the information came from a good book, history book, go back to the footnotes, go back to the citations, and you will find more treasures there.